vicarious suffering is so much more enjoyable and satisfying than the real thing. And here is somebody else. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Audiophiles. My name's John. His name's Andy.
It is.
I said, I want to be a singer like Lou Reed. I like Lou Reed, she said, sticking her tongue in my ear. More on that later. But first, we've got a song to listen to. That's a corker. Andy, what have you got for us?
This is a little bit in the Wayback Machine for me, but it is a band called Social Distortion. You ever hear Social Distortion before?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't think I've heard their stuff, but I know the name, and I've got an idea of what they are.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Excellent. Well, the name of the track is Ball and Chain. So interested to hear what you make of this tune and of this group.
That was a Janis Joplin song as well.
It was, but it's not the same. Yeah.
Oh, I've not heard that.
Another episode.
Bear with me a second while I go off and
so yeah,
right. Social Distortion.
Yeah, listen, let me know what you think.
Will do.
Awesome.
That's a nice start. Am I hearing 3 guitar sounds? There's like the fuzzy one, the sort of steel one, and then this one at the top. It's nice sounding. It's got a sort of lazy quality to it. There's a bit of a tinge of sort of country to it as well. Yeah, good start.
I'm in a broken nose and a broken heart, an empty bottle of gin. Well, I sit and I pray in my broken down Chevrolet. Well, I'm singing to myself, there's got to be another way. Take away this ball and chain. Well, I'm lonely and I'm tired and I can't take any more pain. Take away the right to return again. Take away, take away this ball and chain.
Yeah, this is reminding me of sort of old 97s. He's got a nice sort of languorous voice, and some of the lyrics I call broken nose, broken heart, empty bottle of gin. There's a car reference to a Chevrolet. This is all very much old 97s territory. It sounds good. I like the chorus with the harmonies as well. Really nice. Yeah, this is good stuff.
Well, I've searched and I've searched find the perfect life. A brand new car and a brand new suit. I even got me a little wife. But wherever I have gone, I was sure to find myself there. You can run all your life, but not go anywhere. Take away, take away, take away this ball and chain. Well, I'm sick and I'm tired, and I can't take any more pain. Take away, never to return again. Take away, take away, take away. Take away this ball and chain. When I passed the bar on the way to my dingy hotel room, I spent all my money. I've been drinking since a noon. Well, I'll wake there in the morning, or maybe in the county jail. Times are hard, getting harder. I'm born to lose and destined to fail. Take away, take away, take away this ball and chain. Well, I'm lonely and I'm tired, and I can't take any more pain. Take away, never to return again. Take away, take away, take away. Take away this ball and chain.
Yeah, that was an enjoyable little song there. I mean, nothing groundbreaking, but yeah, good old stuff for some good old boys. Um, I like those. I scribbled down some stuff which I'm going to have to decipher, but there's a usual sort of imagery: dingy hotel room, county jail. It's funny though. The title "Ball and Chain" in the UK would probably mean wife. But he's obviously referring to his life and whatever is tying him down, whether it be the authorities or just his situation. But yeah, really enjoyable song. Right, let's get back to Andy.
I see you have returned. And what do
Nothing
you
gets
think?
past you, does it, eh?
No. Keen eyes. So, what do you think, man?
I was going to say, all those word search puzzles during your night security job have really paid off.
They have. They have.
Yeah, this one, but this is really interesting, actually. It's not what I expected. because I'll go into that in a bit. But so it starts off, and immediately I get these like country tinged vibes. Um, there's like a fuzz guitar, there's a brighter sort of ringing guitar, and then there's a third guitar comes in, which I would call the lead, just as the heavy beat kicks in, and it's like the main like phrasing guitar, I'll call it. And it's really nice. This melody and overall feel is straight out of my sort of experience of early to mid old 97s. I mean, it really is like bang. So, which meant I warmed to it instantly. And it had that familiar feel to something that was brand new to me. And it also had that lazy quality to it, which is really endearing as well. I love that sort of shit. And I'm not writing this down, but they do, old 97s do this as well. So you get that feel straight away that you're in shit kicker country and everyone's wearing wife beaters and got a mullet and all that. But they're not really that at all. But they use that imagery to convey other stuff, and it's great. And I love that because it's not quite undermining it or turning its head, but it's not face value either. I did recognize the thumbnail, so I must have seen it like knocking around someone's house or a record shop or something, but I definitely hadn't heard this at all. And I always had in my mind Social Distortion as a punk band, though I haven't heard. Though again, that's just by reputation. I've not heard any of their stuff. I'm pretty certain of this. And then one thing that sprung to mind, we'll get back to the song in a second, but was from my perspective this American punk versus UK punk, and can't remember if we talked about this or not, because even though sort of punk began with like proto-punk, Stooges, etc., and then evolved through Ramones, I think of classic punk as being British sounding, like Pistols, Clash, et al. Is like my ideal of punk. And American punk, which I have to say, probably take aside CBGBs and all that, after that, I think of it as more hardcore. And it's got a much more angry, although the guys weren't, but it's the music's more angry as well, just more in your face and up tempo and all that sort of, yeah. And especially the 80s, stuff. And I think like Dead Kennedys led it, and then it went on from there into, I can't remember the names of the bands, but the soundtrack of like Repo Man, you got all that sort of stuff going on. I think I like Black Flag probably and stuff like that. But anyway, so yeah, it just made me all think of that. And then these guys are doing this completely different stuff, which I really, really liked. And it's like, cool. So anyway, the singer starts singing, and I am not surprised by his voice at all. He has this languorous delivery with a touch of shit kicker, hard luck to it. And it's great, it just fits perfectly.
Right. Exactly.
And also, though, you can hear in it that he could be doing punk songs as well. It's got both those qualities. So the guitars are chugging along, and it's not the most complex or amazing song, but it's just like a warm blanket. I love it, and it's just got that sort of steady beat to it, and it's chugging away. And there's the odd lead guitar thrown in phrases here and there, which are really nice. Just, decorations, streamers in the hall while everyone's lying down singing or whatever. I've got some of the lyrics, but it was in piecemeal, like little bits at a time, just like a little, like road signs coming up in my rearview mirror. And certain phrases, and you can imagine the ones that sprung out to me, like broken nose and broken heart, empty bottle of gin, broken down Chevrolet. I mean, these are all the things And then the chorus was like something like, "Take away this ball and chain. I'm sick and tired. Can't take any more pain." And then there's a bit later on where it's just like. It's like a roadmap of a Saturday night out. Bar, dingy hotel, drinking noon, county jail. That's it. It's a straight line. Just standard stuff. And they do it a couple of times. They do this really nice slow down to always a stop, and he goes, away, and then it's back in again. So it just gives you a chance to grab your beer down it, and then you're back into the line dancing. Brilliant. There's a really nice sort of basic guitar solo that is honestly as straightforward and as honest as the rest of the song. And if it was anything that was, Eddie Van Halen, you'd be suspicious of it, but it fits right in. There's another chorus as well, and then there's a final sort of more slightly more up tempo guitar solo, but again, and it just crashes the song right at the end. And honestly, I fear for a Chevrolet if he's going to pour himself into it after this performance. So there's not too much to say about like the musicality of the song because it was fairly, standard stuff, but it was really enjoyable. Interesting at the end of it, I said on the reaction, I was thinking, so ball and chain, Janis Joplin aside, in this country, makes you think of your wife.
Yes,
Ball
that's
and
what I
chain.
often think
And
of
then
when I hear that. Is that term?
yeah, so obviously not this, but
Yeah,
ball and chain in this instance is obviously a burden, whether that burden is his life in general, or I could imagine quite easily addiction, or the authorities, the man, or just the fucking crap town he's in.
yeah,
But everything probably all in one.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. It's a cocktail.
again, what makes it enjoyable is like a lot of things vicarious suffering is so much more enjoyable and satisfying than the real thing. And here is somebody else. That's what blues does for you as well.
Yeah.
Work at this morning and all that crap. And it just again, so it's just like big ticks. There's nothing complex or weird and wonderful about it, but big ticks for me. Loved it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you did it. And I
And
thought
really
you
surprised me as well. Social Distortion and then this song. Again,
yeah.
really surprised me.
Well, given how you received this one, I might throw another one at you that I have in mind, I believe also off this album. So yeah, maybe one day in the future we'll get into that, see how it's received here on the channel. But yeah, Social Distortion, you're right in your assumption. They are an American punk rock band. They formed in 1978 in Fullerton, California. The band currently, it's had some turnover, but the band currently consists of Mike Ness on lead vocals, lead guitars, Johnny Wickersham on rhythm guitar and backing vocals, Brent Harding on bass and backing vocals, David Hidalgo Jr. on drums, and David Kalish on keyboards. They were, like I said, formed in 78. They were founded by Mike Ness, who is sort of the front man of the group. He was inspired by the Sex Pistols and many other British punk rock bands, as well as rock acts such as the Rolling Stones. And they emerged from the Orange County hardcore scene in the late 70s alongside Agent Orange and the Adolescents. They went on a temporary hiatus in the mid-80s due to Ness's drug addiction and troubles with law, which resulted in extended stints in various rehabilitation centers that lasted for 2 years. So all the things that you said were making up his ball and chain, this seems to be nail right on the head there. So yeah, following the Reformation, the band shifted its style to a more like they started to take in inspirations and moving more towards punk as their base, and then taking in other genre sounds and melding it with punk and moving a little bit off the hardcore scene. So they would incorporate like country, blues, hard rock, and early rock influence all into their like this punk kind of packaging. So this is obviously more of like a cow punk, almost honky tonk punk kind of sound to it, this particular track. So since its inception, the band's lineup has seen significant turnover, like I mentioned, and Ness is actually the only constant member that is still with the band and has been with them throughout their entire existence. And after
are they still going?
Yeah, I was just gonna say after 46 years of performing, they still do tours and record music. Wow. And this album in particular still like sees sales pretty consistently given how far removed we are from its debut. So yeah, to date they've released 7 full-length studio albums, 2 compilations, 1 live album, and 2 DVDs. In 1990 they released their self-titled album after switching labels to Epic from Restless Records. It was Social Distortion's first album that was not financed by the band themselves. The album includes the singles Ball and Chain and Story of My Life, which is the other track that I'd like to give to you, as well as a cover of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. The album, which was the band's first to chart on the Billboard 200, fared far better than any of their previous albums. It is often credited as Social Distortion's best-known work, with sales continuing 34 years after its release. It also is sometimes cited among the best rock albums of the year 1990. The album is said to be said to split the difference between rockabilly and Ramones style punk. So, going to jump in the lyrics now.
Can I just, before you do, just to say on that note about Johnny Cash, it's a stupid story, but I've got a friend of a friend. Yeah, he's a friend as well. And I remember when I met him first time, he was around the guy's flat. And this is in Leicester, which has a great sort of mixed culture population and some fantastic Indian restaurants.
Mm.
And he'd been out indulging himself the night before. And I said, "How are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I've got the Johnny Cashes." I said, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, Ring of Fire." Yeah.
Had
So
too
I
much.
thought, there you go.
I'll never listen to that song the same. So the lyrics are, well, it's been 10 years and 1,000 tears, and look at the mess I'm in. A broken nose and a broken heart, an empty bottle of gin. Well, I sit and I pray in my broken down Chevrolet. While I'm singing to myself, there's got to be another way. Take away, take away, take away this ball and chain. Well, I'm lonely and I'm tired, and I can't take any more pain. Take away, never to return again. Take away, take away, take away this ball and chain. Well, I've searched and I've searched to find the perfect life. A brand new car and a brand new suit, even got me a little wife. But wherever I have gone, I was sure to find myself there. You can run all your life, but not go anywhere. So take away, take away, take away this ball and chain. Well, I'm lonely and I'm tired and I can't take any more pain. Take away, never to return again. Take away, take away, take away this ball and chain. Got a little guitar solo in there. Well, I'll pass the bar on the way to my dingy hotel room. I spent all my money. I've been drinking since noon. Well, I'll wake there in the morning or maybe in a county jail. Times are hard and getting hard, and times are hard, getting harder. I'm born to lose and destined to fail. And then the chorus repeats itself from earlier. So yeah, a little bit about it. Yeah, they're great. They're great.
It's so interesting how you get songs like that where it's like poor old me. Whatever I do, I never seem to catch a break and all that. But their idea of changing their life isn't like going off to school and learning a new skill or trade. It's driving 100 miles down the road in their shitty car, and then walking into the next bar. And then, surprise, surprise, it doesn't turn out any different. It's great.
No, it's just 5 minutes of drunk maudlin, We said
something about, I can't remember what you said, something about wherever I go that I'm always there. And that is the case, isn't it?
Yeah,
Exactly it.
And I've known some characters who, for whatever reason, man,
it's
usually their own cause, but God, it follows them everywhere. So yeah, it's a classic down your luck tale with a narrator seemingly having fucked up royally and regained himself only to fuck up royally somehow again. In the words of Ness, Ball and Chain is a hard luck story, a forceful cry, a lament, a plea. And yeah, the guy's in a hell of a spot, that's for sure.
And it ain't gonna change.
No. It's in his DNA. That's his makeup. So
exactly.
And a guy that's lived his life, the way that Ness lived. God, he's probably got a wealth of these kind of anecdotes, whether they're his own experiences or some of the characters he encountered along his way of, being an absolute scoundrel. So yeah, interesting stuff. I'm really glad you liked it. I thought you would. It's got kind of a sound that I figured you might gravitate toward, and it's definitely of that very early 90s sound. I mean, this was recorded in 89, and then released in very early 90s. So yeah, it's right in your wheelhouse, I figured. So thanks for giving it a listen, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Awesome. Everybody out there in the listening audience, let us know what you thought of Social Distortion, Ball and Chain, maybe some of their other tunes that we might check out in the future. If you like the stuff, if you didn't like it, whatever, the comments field is there for y'all. Also, while we have your attention, please like, share, and subscribe if you'd be so inclined. Trying to grow the channel, and we can't do that without you guys, and we really, really do appreciate it. All that out of the way, hopefully John and I will see you and many, many more on the next episode of The Audiophiles. See you later, guys.